Hey, what's going on, everybody? Leigh Dickey here. Welcome to a brand new episode of Yo Nostalgia, the show that covers everything you grew up with. Trends, fads, TV, movies, toys, commercials, you name it. If it's part of the everyday fabric of our lives and has happened within the last 50 to 60 years, it's covered right here on Yo Nostalgia. This week, today, I want to talk to you about a Korean fried chicken commercial featuring Robocop, a Robocop fried chicken commercial that aired in Korea. But before we get into the main event, before we get into my review of the Korean fried chicken commercial starring Robocop, I want to tell you where you can find Yo Nostalgia. Of course, Yo Nostalgia releases new episodes every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday on your favorite podcast app and player of choice, as well as YouTube under Leigh Dickey TV and my official website, LeighTDickey.com. Please do follow along on social media at YONOSTALGIASHOW and send your comments, questions, and guest requests or topic requests to YONOSTALGIASHOW@gmail.com. All right, now that all the housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into my review of the Korean fried chicken commercial starring Robocop, the Loda fried chicken commercial starring Robocop that aired in Korea sometime in the 1990s, right here on Yo Nostalgia. Alright, so yes, this Korean fried chicken commercial starring Robocop. Now, the brand in question, the brand of fried chicken, I suppose you could say, is Loda or Loda fried chicken. Now, I didn't understand much of the commercial. It's in Korean, obviously. I will link it in the description down below so you can watch it yourself. But, of course, I didn't understand much of the commercial other than fried chicken and what they're... like. You can understand what a commercial is trying to sell so long as you see shots of the actual product. And that's pretty much what happened here. It's really weird. So, in my opinion, this commercial is just really, really, really strange. So, Robocop is obviously a big thing. Started in the 80s, has had his own TV show, several movies, like I said, 3 movies in the main series, a television series. The film was remade in 2014, and, you know, they had several movies in the early 2000s with Robocop Prime Directives. One of my favorite film miniseries, if you will. I love those Prime Directive films and the TV series, along with the films themselves. To be honest, after watching this commercial, I was just, okay, I get that they're trying to shill fried chicken. I understand that. And I understand that I can't understand the dialogue in the commercial because it's Korean, obviously. But, like I said earlier, you can understand what a commercial is trying to sell you so long as you see products or shots of the products in said commercial. So, you know, the commercial starts out with this woman who's playing a mother, and she has 2 kids in this commercial. And of course, the first thing you see and hear is the name of the fried chicken, in this case, Loda or Loda. I'm not even sure how it's pronounced, to be honest with you. And then, you know, fried chicken is like the next 2 words. And then you see a shot of the mother holding this box of fried chicken. Then Robocop jumps out of the TV. And it just goes, okay, I'm assuming this Loda fried chicken is the best or the newest and greatest thing. I'm not sure when in the 90s this aired because obviously I'm not from Korea and we didn't get Korean TV when I was growing up because I'm from Canada and I still live here in Canada. So we didn't really get that. And you know, I was going down the YouTube rabbit hole and stumbled across this thing because I was looking for Robocop-centered material, and this is one of those things I found. Plus, like, I wanted to see, old commercials from back in the day, if you will. And this was just one of those things. So this is Load of Ham Fried Chicken commercial. Mother, 2 kids, and Load of Ham Fried Chicken. It's basically chicken nuggets or chicken strips you can easily make at home. These can be found in your grocer's freezer aisle. Buy them. I suppose that was the whole gist of the commercial, and that's what they were just trying to sell you. And then the added bonus is the fact that Robocop is featured. And that's the funny thing. If you look at, like, international commercials, especially in, like, the Asian markets, say, like, Japan, Korea, places like that, Robocop's a TV pitchman, okay? Perhaps I'll review more Robocop-centered commercials if I can find them, and I'll put them right here on Yo Nostalgia. But, so, mother, 2 kids, she's going on about the fried chicken, Robocop jumps out of the TV, and everybody just stares in amazement. The mother's jaw, like, hits the floor. The kids just sort of, like, gawk, turn around, and, oh, look, it's Robocop. And then, Load of Ham Fried Chicken, Load of Ham Fried Chicken. The mother hands Robocop, or the actor who's playing Robocop, a piece of the Load of Ham Fried Chicken. He takes a bite. This is good. Load of Ham Fried Chicken. Buy it now. I assume. I mean, you could tell, like, a commercial's a commercial, no matter what language it's in. As long as you can tell what they're trying to sell you, or you can figure it out, it's a commercial. So, he takes a bite and Load of Ham Fried Chicken, right? Buy it. So there you go. And it's a 30-second commercial. Fine, sure, whatever. The mother and the kids, they all gather in the kitchen. They all stare in amazement. And he says something about the fridge, or something that is with a product maybe that is within the fridge. The actress who's playing the mother in this commercial directs him to the fridge. He picks it up and turns to the mother and her 2 kids and says something. I don't know what. Probably like, thank you, or, that's good chicken, or, something encouraging, I assume, because this is meant to be like an entertaining, funny, upbeat commercial, I assume. So she directs him to the fridge, picks it up, he turns to the mother and her 2 kids, says something, and then walks away. I'm assuming walks off screen. And and then the commercial ends with Load of Ham Fried Chicken, something, and then your tagline at the end. I'm not sure what they say, because obviously I can't speak and or understand Korean. It was really weird. Honestly, when the actor who played Robocop in this commercial, when they picked up the fridge and he just walks off screen, it legitimately reminded me of WCW Capital Combat in 1990, where they had Robocop and Sting together. I just kind of like, this is strange. Like, Robocop make the save for Sting, and I'm like, for some reason, that's the first place my mind went. Not the movies, not the TV series, not the Prime Directives mini movie series, if you will. None of those things. Not even the remake. It was, WCW 1990 with the Capital Combat pay-per-view. And it was strange. I mean, it's entertaining because you can, like I keep saying, if you can tell what a commercial is trying to sell you, no matter what language it's in, and it's entertaining because I suppose, in my, instance, or in my experience, Robocop to me is familiar. Why? Because I've seen the films, I've seen Prime Directives, I love the TV series. Like, it's something I'm familiar with. Every person that's about, say, between, my age, between, like, the ages of, like, 30 and, say, 40-ish, 42, I want to say, or, like, 43. If you were born in the last, like, 35 years, let's say, you know who Robocop is, all right? And, like, it was a staple of the 80s. It was really popular. That's why they had 3 sequels, a TV series, 4 movie miniseries, plus like a remake, because it's popular. It breeds familiarity, and you know, you can't go wrong with it. But I was surprised to see that he was such a massive TV pitchman in like international markets, like Asia, you know. And I just watching it, it just kind of, it was strange. It was strange, but it was funny and it was entertaining in my estimation, because I'd never seen it before. Obviously, because growing up, I didn't have access to Korean TV because I'm not from there. And it's not like you could easily get access to it back then. So it was just, I don't know, it's not unlike anything. I hadn't seen anything like it before. Kind of was like, well, what is this? Oh, it's interesting. It's strange. It's interesting. It's funny. It was entertaining. I mean, Robocop picks up a fridge. They shill fried chicken, and everybody is happy. Robocop, yay. He comes in, saves the day, tastes the chicken, and he loves it. That's pretty much the whole idea. And I suppose if you have something that is familiar, like, say, Robocop, or a famous actor who was in a commercial, like Joe Carter was in a commercial here for, I think it was like arthritis medication of some sort, and some like Weber Naturals thing, I think it was. That breeds familiarity, that he's a familiar face. Oh, if a celebrity uses it and they swear by it or they endorse it, then it must be a good product. And more often than not, it's going to sell. Like Chuck Norris in the Total Gym, right? Like, obviously, Chuck Norris, if he uses it, it's going to sell. I mean, if you can put a familiar face in front of a product that you want to sell, more often than not, it will sell, and it will sell like hotcakes. Granted, like, TV has changed a lot since, you know, these commercials were made, whether it's this Lodahem fried chicken commercial starring Robocop, or the Total Gym infomercials, or even like the Tybo stuff starring Billy Blanks. But in my experience, with a television and production background, along with radio and media and things like that, if you stick, say, a familiar face that people know in front of a product, people are going to buy it. It's going to sell, in my experience. I mean, there may be some cases where products don't do as well as you want them to, but it's a tactic that's as old as time, and it works. So Robocop showed fried chicken, and I'm sure that I will review others Robocop-centered commercials if I can find them here on Yo Nostalgia. But I mean, in my opinion, this Lodahem fried chicken commercial starring Robocop from Korea that aired in the 90s at some point, it's strange, interesting, funny, entertaining. It shows the product, and I mean, what more do you want? It did its job, and it was done. I suppose it was done to be entertaining, and maybe even stupid funny, but I don't know. I will link it in the description for you guys to check out yourself. But in my opinion, I found it funny. I found it interesting. I found it strange. I found it entertaining. It checked all the boxes for me in terms of sell me a product. This is what it was. But yeah, those are my opinions on the Lodahem fried chicken commercial starring Robocop. Of course, link it in the description. You guys can check it out for yourselves. If you're watching this on YouTube or my official website, LeighTDickey.com, I will link it in the cards in this video. All right, thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in to another episode of Yo Nostalgia. Of course, I have been your host, Leigh Dickey. Please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. Find us on your favorite podcast app and player of choice, as well as YouTube under Leigh Dickey TV and my official website, LeighTDickey.com. Of course, new episodes are released every other Tuesday. That's every 2 weeks on your favorite podcast app and player of choice. Please do rate us 5 stars, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Leave us reviews as well if you would, please, and thank you. If you want to get in touch, suggest topics for me to cover, email me at yonostalgiashow@gmail.com. Follow along on social media at YONOSTALGIASHOW. All right, this wraps up this week's episode of Yo Nostalgia. Thank you all for listening, tuning in, watching. Appreciate it. I've been Leigh Dickey, and I am signing off. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.